I just want to tell you a question. Do you know you have just broken the record? Do you know how proud this caucus is of you? Do you know how proud America is of you?
Ladies and gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, order. I just feel that Trump mocks us. What does his Liberation Day mean to the people that are shackled to debt? From medical debt, that are shackled with student debt, that can't afford the rising costs of groceries. What's his liberation mean? To people who are chained by fear right now, waiting with bated breath to see if the Medicaid programs they rely on are going to be cut. What does his liberation mean? To people who are literally in jails right now because they were disappeared from our streets. What does his liberation mean to people who can't afford homes because of his tariffs, who dreamed of a new car, but that's going to go up as well? I don't know what he means by liberation. I honestly don't. I wish he'd explain it to the American people. Who's liberated in this financial times? Who's liberated? I don't think the law firms feel liberated, that were so threatened by you that they felt the only way they could get from under the threat of you is to come to you and beg them and offer them and say we'll do this and say we'll give you millions of dollars of pro bono worth. I don't think they feel liberated. What about the people that are banned from the press corps because they won't call it the Gulf of America? The idea of the press, the freedom of the press, do they feel his liberty? What does his liberty mean? What does Donald Trump's Liberty Day tomorrow mean? In a nation where I read letter after letter of people that feel like their liberty is gone, that they're losing sleep at night worried about Social Security. What does liberty mean to the veteran that was laid off, that fought for my liberty? What does Donald Trump's liberty mean? What is he talking about? What does his liberty mean to Canada, who fought next to us, who died next to Americans fighting for our causes? What does his liberty mean to them? I don't understand Donald Trump. I really don't. There are going to be PhD students writing about him for generations. He'll love that in heaven. He'll look down and say, I'm so happy people are talking about me. But I will tell you this, I love great presidents. I love that Lincoln said, with malice towards none, with charity towards all. But I hear Donald Trump say, with malice towards everybody that does not tell me how great I am. And charity, I don't know if he understands that. What it means to show sympathy and compassion and empathy and to help people whether they like you or not. I love great presidents. I love FDR. You have nothing to fear but fear itself. But the letter after letter, the word fear, the word terror, I was reading from voices from my state and across the country. It's as if Donald Trump is saying, be afraid of me, the big man with the power. Be afraid, be afraid, be afraid. There was another president that said, Mr. Gorbachev, tear down this wall. And yet Ukrainian Americans are watching their president go, not Mr. Gorbachev, tear down the wall. They're saying, hey, Mr. Putin, come in and take the Donbass. I'm going to start the negotiations, not with Zelensky at the table. I'm going to call him a dictator. I'm going to start the negotiations from a position to giving Putin what he wants, Ukrainian sovereign land, and that's where we'll start the negotiation.